a couple of other issues with critical infrastructure. For example, the power supply. There are a number of homes throughout the fireground that don't have power. It is expected they're not going to have power for up to 7 days. We do have teams from the power companies moving through to restore power as fast as it is safely possible to do so. But there are a number of issues on the fireground itself affecting access. Probably the most significant general issue is that of dangerous trees and falling trees. In fact, last night we had a tree fall down on one of our tankers and right off that tanker. There were no crews injured, but that just highlights how dangerous it is out there on that fireground. We have people from council, arborists from council, and also from DEPI, assessing trees across the fireground as soon as they get access. We have 2 groups of teams working from the south of the fire north, and from the Belinda, Darrowit Road, roughly, working north from there in 2 groups. Their main priority is initially to gain access for those critical infrastructure groups, being power and water, to restore that as soon as possible. Their secondary priority is to open up roads as quickly as possible for you all to get home. In terms of school closures, there are 8 schools closed today and 24 early year centres. Tomorrow in Wallan, the CFA is recommending that the schools open. For some of you, that'll be bad news. In terms of the weather conditions, the weather today was somewhat eased compared to the weather conditions yesterday, and that's given the firefighters a valuable opportunity to strengthen the containment lines around the fire, to increase the depth of blacking out, and by doing so, reduce the probability of fire escaping. The temperatures today were about 32 degrees, and the winds were up to 40 kilometres an hour. This afternoon, in fact as we speak, the Bureau of Meteorology are expecting winds to increase. The main issue with that is it's going to increase the chance of the fire escaping its current boundaries and moving up to the north. However, the winds are very much southerly focused with a slight westerly trend. So if a fire does escape, it is likely that it will escape on the flanks of the fireground and then move up to the north. For that reason, the townships of Wallan and Kilmore may still come under threat in the coming days. However, we are working to develop those containment lines to bring that under control and also to protect the townships by getting up strategies around the town, such as increasing radar lines on likely avenues of approach for the fire and using fire retardant around critical infrastructure to protect that. That's ongoing, and again that's also going further to the north of the fire, so that we are as well prepared as we can be to develop with the fire if we do get a further outbreak, and also to minimise the chance of a further outbreak. Within the fireground itself, there are challenges apart from the dangerous trees, which are a significant hazard. There are several large unburnt areas within the fireground, and there is still potential for those to catch fire. In fact, I don't know the location exactly, I'm sorry, but in the northern end here where I'm pointing, we've got a plantation fire which started up this afternoon, and we're bringing that under control. Similarly, this afternoon we've had 3 outbreaks 2 on the western flank and 1 on the eastern flank not far from here that we've been able to respond firefighters to and bring them under control. On the micro scale, those outbreaks are now under control. However, overall, the fire is not yet under control.